Hey loves, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Tyla and today is our journal session series episode 35. This is an interactive series where we journal together and I offer you time and space to write out your answers. So today's journal prompts are all about developing a growth mindset. So if you're interested, grab your pen and a journal and let's get right into it. So question number 1, what are some areas of your life where you tend to have a fixed mindset? When it comes to having a fixed mindset, it can often hinder you from your own growth because it limits your ability to gain new perspectives and knowledge. Identifying what area of your life you have a fixed mindset can allow you to see where you may be holding yourself back. Some signs that you have a fixed mindset is if you believe intelligence and talents are fixed, so you don't believe it's possible for you to learn a new skill and that it would be a waste of effort and practice. A fixed mindset also means that you will tend to avoid challenges in fear of failure, give up easily when faced with challenges, and see setbacks as permanent failures. It means that you may also see other people's success as a threat and view feedback as an attack. A growth mindset means that you believe your intelligence and talents can be developed over time. The best way to develop a growth mindset is to recognize that you can improve in all areas of your life despite where you may be. So don't limit yourself to your circumstances because once you do, you will become stuck and stagnant. Anything is possible, even when it comes to learning a new skill and developing a talent, but it's definitely all about having that understanding that it's a possibility. Usually when you have limiting beliefs, it leads to a fixed mindset, so don't limit yourself to what you can do and learn. Don't be afraid also to step out of your comfort zone, and even if it's uncomfortable and not natural for you to think positively, maybe due to past experiences, do things daily that can help you build your faith and belief in yourself by setting small tasks that you can accomplish over time. Question number 2, how can you reframe your mindset to view failure as a natural part of the learning process and use it as a tool for growth? Failure is definitely a big reason as to why most people limit their goals and what they want to set out to accomplish, because the feeling of setting out to do something and it not going the way you envision can be very discouraging, but it's all about your perception. The way you perceive something makes a huge difference in the way that you move through life. If you use your failures as a tool for growth, this allows you to get comfortable with stepping out of your comfort zone, and it allows you to take those mistakes and misfortunes and turn it into something positive that can potentially help you to excel even further. What I notice as well is that sometimes when you fail at something, it's not always because it's not meant for you or that you're not good at it. Sometimes you just didn't have all the necessary knowledge, and this is why failure is such a useful tool for growth, because it gives you that necessary knowledge and experience so that you can bring a new perspective and plan to what it is that you're working on. That's also why I love to increase my knowledge, because with the access of information that we have now in this generation, it gives us the ability to learn from others' mistakes, making it a lot easier for us to develop a foolproof plan. So whether you nail something on the first try or the 20th try, having this positive perspective will help you to overcome all things that you'll face on your path, allowing you to be determined, consistent, and resilient. And once you can really learn to develop these characteristics, it definitely helps to enhance your growth. Question number 3, how can you cultivate a positive and optimistic attitude even in the face of adversity and difficulties? Something that really helped me to develop a growth mindset was to see every negative circumstance that happened to me as a tool for my growth. If you stay stuck in having a victim mindset, it will be really hard to overcome adversities because you don't view yourself as a conqueror, but instead as a victim. I've went through a lot of things that were very unfair and unjust, but I got to the point where I had to stop feeling sorry for myself and overcome those difficulties for myself and the betterment of me. Everything that you face is for your benefit, even when you can't see it in that moment. And that's something that I learned over time as well. If it wasn't for my past experiences, I wouldn't be who I am today, but that's also because of the mindset that I had towards those experiences. Being able to grow means being adaptable and pushing through all circumstances. Practicing gratitude is a great way to develop a positive mindset despite difficulties. It really shifts your energy from the negative events to the positive things in your life, which will help you to not feel as unfortunate. Practicing more self-care also is a great way to stay positive in the face of adversity. So be kind to yourself and tend to your emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual needs, especially when facing difficulties. It's okay to feel sad or disappointed and any other negative emotion, and it's very important as well to acknowledge those feelings without getting lost and stuck in them. So do all the things that you can to make yourself feel good and to pour into yourself in these moments when you need it the most. Once you can develop a positive routine, this will be something that you can always fall back on when you are going through something. So this way you can ensure that you will make it through anything that you go through, and you'll always have a way to stay positive despite anything that you're facing. Now on to question number 4, how can you strive for progress rather than perfection in your personal and professional life? This one is such a great question, and I have noticed the difference that it makes to strive for progress rather than perfection. Now, there isn't necessarily anything wrong with having a specific idea or wanting something to be a certain way, but sometimes that stops us from putting in any action at all because we wait for that perfect moment. What I've noticed is that sometimes we think we know how to make something go in a specific way, so we block out all other options and ideas, waiting to execute that one idea that we believe will work, just for us to get let down if that way doesn't go as planned. There's also been times when I didn't plan something and just went with the flow and just did it spontaneously, and it turned out to be really successful. So detaching from a specific outcome is a great way to strive for progress rather than perfection as well. And it also does help with not becoming attached to a certain outcome. Naturally, in life, things aren't always going to be perfect. And I also did see this quote that said, progress looks at what is working, the improvements, the discoveries, the aha moments that come from the realization of looking at things in a new way. Perfection is obsessed with time. Progress doesn't measure time because it's right now. It's a continuation to the next right now. And I feel like this is such a great quote, and it's definitely a much healthier mindset. There's a lot of things that I've wanted to do before and that I've planned to do that didn't even get executed at all because of the fact that I waited for that perfect moment. And when I think about a lot of the things that I have done that I started without having as much preparation, or that I just started off of a whim, actually turned out to be really good. And I wouldn't have even probably started it yet if I was waiting for that perfect moment. So sometimes we get stuck in our own heads wanting things to be a certain way that we don't even go after the things that we want because we have that fear of failure. Being on a healing journey or just working towards becoming the best version of yourself really shows you that healing isn't linear, and there will be lots of twists and turns and spontaneous moments on your path. Practicing detachment has really helped me to live free from that sense of control and wanting everything to be perfect. There's no room for growth when you don't allow yourself to make mistakes. Being a perfectionist is a really unhealthy mindset at times because it can lead to self-criticism, self-doubt, and failure. Make sure to always celebrate your success, no matter how big or small, and be grateful for the times that you mess up or that something goes wrong, because it's always teaching you and helping you to evolve, whether it's personally or within your business. Being able to release that perfectionism also means removing your ego from the things that you're working towards, because our ego oftentimes can't handle rejection or failure and can be our biggest downfall. Focus more on the meaning behind what it is that you're doing rather than the results. When you genuinely love something and enjoy the process of doing it, then it doesn't matter when you have those setbacks because you're not doing it just for what it can bring you. You're not pressed to receive the end goal, and you're more focused on the task and fulfillment you're receiving from doing it. Set reasonable goals for yourself and always try your best in all that you do. Reflect on the things that work for you and the things that don't work for you, and what you can do to become better, and always make sure that you're practicing self-love. Healing isn't always an easy process, especially when you're overcoming certain ways that you may have always been, or you're just overcoming those uncomfortable emotions and ways of being. But once you do make it past that, you see that it's a lot easier to accomplish things. It's a lot easier to put yourself out there. And it becomes a lot easier to be at peace because you're not attached to the characteristics that are holding you back from being the best version of yourself. So that is it for this journal session, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I do hope that you guys enjoyed, and be sure to catch me in the next one. I do these every Friday. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe as well. And I will see you guys next time. Peace and much love.